Hi, this is Marina calling from Celestial Talent Show Company. I am calling following on from your initial video application, and I'm really happy to say that we were impressed by your video and we now want to move on to the next stage of application. So this is going to involve some questions about your talent, but also you as a person. Would you be interested in progressing? Fantastic. So I just want to start off just by confirming your details, and then we can go into a bit more questions about your talent and a bit more about yourself as a person as well. So can I just confirm I've got the correct first names if you want to just confirm that? Yeah, fantastic. And last name? Okay. And how about your email address? And I've got your phone number. This is the one I'm calling on now, so hopefully that is the right one. Okay, fantastic. So thank you for confirming your details. I'm now going to progress into the questions for you. So can I ask, have you demonstrated your talent somewhere else before? Okay. Sure. And for your performance on our show, would you need any special equipment? Okay, sure. And have you ever been on a TV show before? And can you tell me the reason that you want to participate in our talent show? Okay. And now we really want to find out a bit more about you as a person, what drives you, your motivations. So these might get a little bit more personal. Hope you're okay with that. Yep, okay. So what's the most important event that has happened in your life? And what would you say is the most interesting thing about you? Interesting, for sure. And if you won the lottery, what would your today look like in 5 years? Okay. And what are you holding on to that's holding you back? Take your time. Okay. And if you didn't know your age, how old would you think you'd be? And why? Okay. Cool. And do you work to live or live to work? Would you rather lose all your memories or never be able to make new ones? Okay. And how do you measure success? Okay. And if you restarted your life from scratch, would you end up in the same place, you think? And what is something you do differently than anyone else you know, and why? Okay. And what job would you do if you weren't paid? Mm-hmm. And what is one part of your everyday routine that you'd be better off without? What previous dream of yours do you see the most meaning in? Yeah, take your time. Okay. Very interesting. And what's a question you wish people would ask you when they meet you for the first time? And if you could have coffee with one person, dead or alive, who would it be? Very interesting. And what's your most significant childhood memory? The one that really stands out. And do you believe you have a soulmate? Why or why not? And what actually gets you out of bed in the morning? What do you think about before you fall asleep? And what about when you wake up? Is life a computer simulation, in your opinion? Okay, interesting perspective there. And do you think that we have control over technology, or does it have control over us? And how can a single moment have the power to change everything, in your opinion? Have you got an example of a single moment that changed your life completely? Okay. And how much influence does a person's name have over the course of their life? What would you change about yourself if you could? Okay. And what form of public transportation do you prefer and why? And what is your favourite book to read? What's the best gift that you've been given? Oh, that's lovely. Have you ever had a nickname? What is it? Okay. And if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Okay. And how do you feel about surprises? Do you like them or not? And if you do, why? Or if you don't, why not? Okay. And what's your favourite zoo animal and why? What makes you laugh the most? Who would you want to be stranded with on a deserted island? And how many pillows and blankets do you have to sleep with? What's the longest time you've gone without sleep and why? And what's the tallest building you've been to the top in and how did it make you feel? If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? And what are two of your biggest pet peeves? How would your friends describe you? What would you sing at karaoke night and why? What's the emoji you use the most and why do you think that is? Do you have a desire to be famous? If colours had a taste, what would each colour taste like? Maybe you can give me some examples of a few colours. Okay. Yeah. And what gross and unhygienic things do people do that bother you? Okay. If there was a slogan for your life, what would it be? And what would an amusement park filled with your biggest fears be like? What rides would it have? Okay. And where is the craziest place that you've danced and how did it make you feel? So, thank you for taking the time to answer my questions. I'm going to pass these on to my team who will review your answers and let you know if you've passed on to the next stage. I think this should happen in the next week or so because we're really close to getting live on air. So if you are successful, there's a few things you'll need to bring with you, and I just want to give you advance warning. So if you get the call next week and you don't have to scramble around to get these things that you'll need. So if you're invited to our studios, you'll need to bring first of all proof of age. So that can be with a birth certificate, a passport, a driving license, things like that. So just make sure you have that to hand. We'll also need performance materials from yourself. So at this point, we won't be able to fund anything, but if you bring your props or costumes or anything you need at this moment in time, that will be great because you'll need to do your perform your talent essentially live in front of our judges. And then we also need a valid passport. So if you're bringing that already for your proof of age, that's fine, but that's really to let us make sure that we have proof of your citizenship and residency. We just need to make sure that everything is correctly done as well. So I think those are the main things. So if you have those ready in case we call you, and I really hope you do get called next week. Your talent sounds amazing, and we really liked your video. So I've got my fingers and toes crossed for you. Okay, do you have any questions for me? Yes, so typically we'll try and call you first if you're successful, just because it's good to give you the news live. But if we can't reach you at the time, don't worry, we will send you an email. And you're welcome to call us on the contact number that will be on that email if you want to discuss anything else, if you have any other questions. But yeah, we will try and call you in the first instance anyway, if you're successful. Okay, anything else? No? Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck and I hope you have a fantastic day. Okay, take care. Bye bye.